Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Earthbound. I am Atyrum, and as we mentioned last episode, and probably the episode before that, we are heading down to near Dr. Internet's lab, because apparently Apple Kid was kidnapped, I believe, although I don't think the phone call, I think it was pretty vague, so it was kind of hard to tell exactly what happened, but obviously we want to go investigate. So we had to teleport back to Winters, and teleporting to Winters brings you all the way back up to Ed's school. So I saved you the trip and just walked all the way down here myself, but I figure you may want to see us getting on Tessie again and taking that ride with all four of us, although I'm not sure how all four of us fit. Apparently we'll all stand behind each other, but that does seem a little bit odd. And now for the second time we are taking a trip down the lake here. And there were a couple of enemies on our way down here. I only ended up fighting one enemy because the rest of them just happened to despawn while I was walking past. I didn't even have to, walk off the screen on purpose to do it. But the one I did run into was one of the Mook enemies. It looks kind of like the department store. Was it a Mook or a Spook? One of those words that ends in O-O-K. But yeah, it's one of those guys. It was a reskin of one of those guys. I don't know if we'd seen that specific one before. But they all kind of run together. It's kind of hard to remember which palette swap enemies we've seen before and which we haven't. But I figure it's not too big a deal if we end up skipping those because, like I said, they are basically the same. They kind of do the same stuff. There's not really anything crazy or interesting that they do other than what their lower levels would have done. But yeah, heading down this way, if you are playing along, which I'm not sure anybody really is at this point, but you want to make sure you have the pencil eraser because, I mean, it's not that big a deal, but it does make it easier because if you don't have it, then you have to walk all the way through Brick Rose dungeon up here, and here's a couple of those enemies that I was talking about. Ooh, and okay, I believe these are a couple of new ones. The Woolly Shambler and the Whirling Robo, which might be a palette swap of something we saw before. I can't quite remember. But let's go ahead and hit them with PSI attacks because these are fairly tough enemies, although we'll go with low-level ones. And Ed did fix the Heavy Bazooka during one of the nights we stayed up in Winters over there. So we can go and use that. That's a usable item rather than an actual, like a weapon that you equip. So that might be something we can actually start using in boss battles. So hopefully Ed will be a little bit more useful. Because I feel like recently he has been doing not much in battle, especially against bosses, because a lot of his items don't work against them. But yeah, that should be nice. And there we go. That wasn't too difficult. Now that I think of it, I think I did run into the Woolly Shambler up north, but I did not show that battle, so it's good that I got to show that because that is not a palette swap enemy. That is something that we have not seen before. And yeah, I guess now we're just going to head through here. These are probably enemies we've seen before because they're running away from us. And I'll meet you guys down at Dr. Internet's lab because I'm sure you don't want to see me walk through this entire cave again because we have seen this area before. So yeah, I'll meet you guys over there. And here we are, and that would be Apple Kid's mouse, who has apparently been waiting for us. And Apple Kid apparently completed the eraser machine. He felt like this. I was there but was helpless, obviously, because you're a mouse and you can't really do too much. But anyways, we're going to take that machine, the eraser. So now we have a pencil eraser and an eraser because we really need both of those. And yeah, that will let us get into... Okay, so we don't really need any of this. That will let us get into Stonehenge because I don't remember if I actually walked in there when we first came here. But the way is blocked by a big iron eraser, so you can't get in there until this point in the game. And we will head in that way because that's apparently where everybody is taken. And I mean, if you do walk around the lab, Dr. Internet's is also gone. So we're going to have to figure out where they went as well. So if we head down, this is a little entryway right up here. And there's also a photographer who needs to take a picture here. And now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead, head in. And once we get up in this doorway here, this area is probably going to look a little bit familiar. Specifically, it looks kind of like the caverns underneath 3 that kind of had the glowy kind of look to them. So it's a pretty interesting looking dungeon. I kind of like the way that these glowing paths look like. Although I'm not sure what that would look like. Like, imagine if you were like walking at eye level, like looking around, like, do the entire walls glow, or is this like suspended in the middle of nothingness, or like, yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty neat though because it is a 2D game. But anyways, we're gonna start encountering some pretty crazy enemies in here. So let's go ahead and check them out. First up, is a Mook Senior. Okay, so I don't think we've seen this palette swap of this guy yet, but they are all mostly the same, so that's not too big a deal. And basically from now on, Ed is just going to be using the heavy bazooka because it does a lot more damage than his regular attacks, and there's really no reason not to use it because it doesn't run out of power, none of that kind of stuff. It does a lot more damage, obviously. So yeah, there's no reason not to use it over anything else. Fire does, ooh, that does like nothing to me. A little bit's Katie, a little bit's Ed, and a little bit's Ollie. Okay, we should be able to finish him off pretty quickly because he doesn't have that much health, and we might want to get a round of healing off just real quick because I want to make sure, because there are some tough enemies in here, just make sure we're topped off so we're not going to end up losing anybody, because I believe we don't have any cups of life noodle or anything like that. So I'll try and conserve Ben's PP so we can use it for healing. Oh, and I guess we don't even have to fight that one. It was probably the same kind of thing, but yeah, since we have all 4 party members, it was pretty easy to take out. Oh, and that's a Starman right there, and we took it out in 1 hit. Because we haven't even shown off the Starman yet, so I guess we're going to have to wait until we get to a multi-battle with them. But they have a habit of teleporting in the overworld, and they can actually teleport right in the middle of your party, and either get a back hit on you, or end up with you getting the back hit on them. And it's almost kind of random, so that's pretty interesting. So heading through this doorway here, leads us down here, and that guy can't get to us, because I think they can only teleport along paths they can normally walk on. So they can't just teleport across, you know, like the wall or something like that. So yeah, heading down this way, nothing much over there. I think that was just a doorway we could have gone. It was an alternate route, but there's not really much over that way. Well, that was disastrous. Ben got diamondized, and Ollie got knocked out in 1 hit before I had a chance to do anything. And obviously my main healer was not able to heal him, and he has healing too, but he wasn't able to do anything. So we're kind of in trouble here, and I don't think we have any healing items. So I'm going to run back to the instant revitalizing device in Dr. Innonut's lab and meet you guys back over here. So I will be right back. Okay, and I believe we're right about where we just were. And it's actually really easy to get back because there were no enemies along the way. So here's the Starman, our first encounter with one of those. Let's go ahead and get the fire off because it is a row of enemies, and that's a lot easier to easier way to take them out. You do gotta watch out because I think they can throw Starstorm at you. I'm not 100% sure if this level of Starman can, or if it's a higher level of them, because there are even more powerful Starmen. Obviously, we saw a Starman, a junior Starman, at the very beginning of the game. I don't know if you remember that because that was like months ago. But yeah, there was a junior Starman that we fought in our technically first boss battle, even though there was really no challenge to it because it couldn't do anything to us. And that missed, so that's nice. Might as well just finish him off with bashes because I think we're pretty close to finishing him off. And oh, lots of misses. Okay, that's not good. I thought we'd be able to finish him off real quick. PSI freeze beta. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ow. Or not. Okay, that's okay too. Well, I guess we're gonna go for another fire then. And really no reason to bash with Ed. I don't know why I did that. Might as well just always go for that bazooka because, as I mentioned before, there are no penalties to using it. It doesn't run out of power. It doesn't drain PP because obviously Ed doesn't have it. It's just a more powerful attack basically, and there's never any reason not to use it, which is it's a really nice item. Anyways, we're getting pretty high in levels there, so that's always nice to see. Probably want to heal Katie up there. On our way out, I actually got diamondized again. So I ended up with Katie being the only member of our party left standing. So she managed to make it out pretty easily though, because I just ended up pulling out the PSI Freeze Omegas to finish off anything in our path. Since we did have to get back to the instant revitalizing device, and once we got back there, we got a full heal, including PSI points back. And these are probably enemies we've seen before. Oh, there's a new one, the Atomic Power Robot. Wanna wait to kill that guy last, because like the tree enemies we've seen before, he will end up damaging your party to the point where he'll probably kill them if you don't scroll off the text quickly at the end of the battle. So you do want to make sure you leave him for last. Wow, that didn't do very much at all. I was expecting to finish out that guy, but Freeze did not do very much to him. So let's go for a different PSI attack. Let's try Fire on him, maybe, even though we're not hitting a whole row of enemies. And we should finish him off this round. And I guess we'll go for a Freeze Alpha and maybe solidify his body, if we even need to do that. That did a decent amount. Okay, he's out. And why am I missing so much? I cured the homesickness, right? I think I did that on camera last episode, so that should be fine. And not quite finished it off. Let's go for a couple bashes. I don't think the atomic power robot can really damage you that much. I don't think it can do too much other than its final little attack there. And that did a little bit of damage, so let's heal off Katie because she has pretty low health there. And I think Ed and Ollie should be fine. Life up Omega. Ooh, wait. That's not Omega, is it? No, that's Gamma. Okay, never mind. Omega makes things easier because you can heal everybody at once, although it just does cost quite a bit. But yeah, that'll be nice to see once we have it. Up this way, another Starman, which is an instant kill. It's always nice to see them on their own. Anyways, heading up this way, a couple more enemies, probably more of the same. Well, crap. We got diamondized again. Ed is diamondized. It's annoying because there's no defense against it. There's really nothing you can do. It just happens, and, well, you're stuck with it, and I don't think healing's going to do anything. Healing Gamma does heal it! I wish I had known that earlier. That would have been nice to know. I wonder if healing... Because I think a certain level of healing could actually heal being knocked out, too. And, of course, another phone call from our dad, because I feel like he calls us constantly. Like, I feel like we're getting several calls from him in an episode, although I may be mistaken there. No, we don't need to take a break. We are fine. But yeah, basically this is because we're playing so much of the game without saving, technically, because I'm using save states instead because they're so much more convenient than going to a phone every time you want to save. So yeah, the game says, oh, you haven't saved in a while, I should make sure you're saving so you don't lose progress. And I'm like, I am saving, just not technically in the game, because that's one of the advantages of playing on an emulator. I'm not sure, if you play on the Virtual Console, on I think the Wii U has this game. I'm wondering, can you save state on that? Because I haven't actually, I don't own a Wii U, so I don't actually know. But can you save state on one of those? Because that'd be interesting if you could. And the Guts capsule, might as well just go ahead and use that right away. Katie has the lowest health, so let's go ahead and use that on her. And I think I probably mentioned this before, but Guts increases your chance of surviving a move that would normally kill you with 1 HP, so that's always nice. And ooh, Magic Butterfly. Do we need to heal up at all? I think I literally just healed up, so we should be good. Go ahead and grab that, get a little bit PSI points back. There we go. So we are at... Yeah, not topped off. Magic Butterflies become less useful the further you get in the game because they only heal a set amount. But they are always nice to see because they do give you a little bit back. And Ben got diamondized. We keep getting diamondized. It's so annoying. But healing, luckily, will heal it off. I really did not know that. But yeah, anyways, I think there's a higher level of healing too. And I don't know what specifically it can heal that regular healing Gamma doesn't. It might be that healing Omega actually heals off being knocked out. And healing Gamma does not? I don't know. Can we... I'm just wondering if we could put that in the first slot somehow. It doesn't really look like there's a way to rearrange items. Because it would make it so much more convenient going through a battle if we could just go ahead and get right to that rather than having to scroll through my entire inventory, which is a little bit irritating. You might have to actually completely empty your inventory and give it to somebody else, give it back to yourself in order to put it in the first slot, which would be kind of annoying. But that might be the only way to do that, in which case I'm not going to bother. So yeah, we're getting through here. We still have a couple more rooms full of this kind of stuff. And this should be another one-hit kill. There are going to be Starman Supers coming up, which is an even more difficult version of the Starman. And they have a chance to drop Ollie's ultimate weapon, or actually his only weapon, the Sword of Kings. But the chance is like 1 in 128, and I don't really want to hang around too long trying to get that. So if we get it, nice. If we don't, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Because if I did that much fighting of enemies, I would probably get way over leveled, and that would be a little crazy. And yeah, because I don't want to make the game too easy. Although we have been having struggles here and there, I don't want to get to a point where we're like one-shotting bosses or something like that. I don't know if there's like a max level in this game or something. It's possible there is. I'm not quite sure, because obviously I've never gotten to that point, and I don't think I've even tried to get the Sword of Kings before, just because it is so difficult to get it. But yeah, like I said, probably not going to bother going after it, and we haven't even run into Starman Supers yet. I think they come up in the next room, and they basically look like the Starman, but they're gold instead. And man, we're getting a lot of one-hit kills. I wonder if we could run into individual Starman Supers and just knock them out that way. I wonder if we're high enough level that we'll be able to knock them out quickly like that. In what way should we go down here? Should we go down this way? I think we're going to go down this way. Not sure if there's items up the other way we want to get or something like that. Possibly. I guess we'll see. And since I've been using PSI so much in these battles, I'm getting a little bit low on it. Oh, there is an item up there. Do I want to get that? I mean, if I go up there, there's all those enemies to fight. I think I'll just keep going. Maybe we can get back in here and come get it, but I just don't want to keep fighting enemies because I'm getting so low on PSI. And is this a knockout? There we go. Was that a super, though? I think that was a super, yes, because it gave me a little bit more experience. So if we could run into individual supers and knock a whole bunch of them out, that would be pretty nice. And we get another back attack on these guys. And there's a Starman Super. Yeah, so he's a gold Starman, and he could probably do some more crazy stuff than the regular Starman can. Let's go for... was Freeze not really hitting it very much? I don't remember for sure, but we'll go ahead and try it. And yeah, we're too low on PSI to use Starstorm. Hopefully we get some more PSI restoration coming up. Oh, it has a Psychic Shield. Gee, I completely forgot that they have those. Oh wow, that did a lot. Okay, we're gonna need to heal that off like ASAP. It looks like it didn't knock him out, I don't think. Let's just get bashes off for everybody else, and hopefully get that heal off on Ollie quickly. Come on, there we go, sweet. Yeah, that freeze deflected a lot, and I probably should have gone for the bazooka, but yeah, I'll keep that in mind for the next battle I have with the Starman Super, that they have a Psychic Shield, and if you hit him enough times, it'll go down. And actually, Ed probably has a shield killer, doesn't he? Healing Omega on itself and it didn't do anything? That's kind of weird. PSI Magnet, that's really annoying, except on Ed because he doesn't have any PSI. Wow, my bash attacks are doing quite a bit, so that's pretty crazy. And this guy does not have any PSI shields, but we're still not going to go for PSI attacks because I've been using them like crazy, and we're getting really low on PSI. And we have a boss fight coming up, and we want to make sure we conserve PSI for that. So yeah, there we go. The Starmen are down, and are we going to get super lucky and get a Sword of Kings on our first Starman Super? We'll find out in a moment here. Nope, of course not. I mean, there is a 1 in 128 chance, so I didn't really expect to, but at the same time, it would be really cool to get one on our first try. PSI Caramel. Okay, so who wants that? So Ben and Ollie do pretty good as physical attackers, so I think Katie probably needs it. Didn't really heal that much, though, so that's kind of unfortunate. But on the topic of healing, I did pick up a couple of picnic lunches. And I also have spicy jerky. What does that do? Let's try using that on Katie. Alright, max out her HP. That's nice. And then we also have... where'd I put them? Hang on. I know I bought some picnic lunches as well. Yeah, Ollie's got a couple of them. So we can use those for healing for now. 6 HP? That's it? I thought picnic... oh, right. Ollie. What does the Brainstone do, by the way? Okay. Yeah, but Ollie heals with bottles of water, and I think Rice Gruel will also heal him. Because he doesn't like regular food like everybody else does, or like, not really regular food, but, you know, the same kind of food that everybody else does. Now, if we can keep fighting him one at a time like that, that'll make things so much easier, because that heavy bazooka and my own attacks do so much damage, although my attacks tend to miss fairly often. Like, I feel like I have a 50-50 chance of actually landing an attack. So yeah, is this the doorway that leads to the boss already? No, it's exit mice. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab an exit mouse, just in case we need it. If we end up getting, you know, a couple of our guys diamondized and a couple of our guys killed or something along those lines, then we will need an easy exit to go use the instant revitalizing device. And we may even just use it to get back to heal before the boss, although then we still have to get back all the way through all these enemies, so I guess that wouldn't really be that helpful, I suppose, but I guess we'll see. And let's go ahead and actually go up and around to get to that item. And I'm not sure how this will show up on YouTube, but I can't really see things very well until it flashes. It's kind of interesting. It's really dark, and yeah, Pixie's Bracelet. Let's give that... I feel like I always give Katie the defensive items, but she is kind of the most squishy, if you could say that, of our party members. So the Pixie's Bracelet increases her defense a little bit. But yeah, she has the lowest HP, by which I mean total HP, because our other members are a little bit low on HP right now, of our party members, so... okay, and Ollie just took some heavy damage there, so let's see how much a bottle of water heals. I know he can also get a bottle of deluxe water. Oh, that heals PP. Oh, that's nice to know. I wish I had gotten some more of that. I probably could have picked some up when I was in Dalam, because before I started this episode, I had to run over there. Oh, and a rice gruel doesn't heal him very much either. I guess he's going to have to use his PSI to heal himself. So let's go ahead and life up. Beta should be good. 255, that should be fine. Yeah, we're probably going to need some life ups all around just to make sure we're topped off. And yeah, I am worried that we're going to get into the boss here and not be quite ready for him, because we'll be out of PSI. I mean, we have enough to get a couple of attacks off, and we have that heavy bazooka. There's another present down there. Let's see if we can head down there and get it. This is probably the boss room right here, isn't it? I think we'll have a chance to come back through. Yeah, let's go ahead and head in here. Okay, and as we can see, a whole bunch of people kind of locked in little tubes here. No problem here. KO, can breathe. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh no! But that looks like, what's his name? Tony, who is Ed's friend, and he's trapped in one of these tubes. I don't know what these tubes are supposed to be doing. There's Apple Kid, and there's a retro hippie in there. But yeah, apparently they're suffering in these tubes. I don't know if that's like draining their energy or something like that, but yeah, we want to make sure we rescue them. And yeah, we're not in a perfect situation for this boss fight. We have some healing items. This is gonna be tough though. Let's give that. What does rock candy do? I forget. Is that something that heals PSI? No, it increases your stats. I knew it did something other than just regular healing. Yeah, we're low on stuff. We can get a couple attacks off. We'll see how we do. They are going to have PSI shields, though, so this could be tricky. I think we fight a whole bunch of Starmen at once in here. Yeah, apparently we're tougher than they anticipating. The prophecy from the Apple of Enlightenment, which is something I don't think is really mentioned that much. That was a prophecy that Buzz talked about in the very first episode of this series. And the Apple of Enlightenment, I'm not really sure what that is. It's not really talked about enough for you to really, figure out what the heck it is or what it does. But apparently it's something that tells that, we'll defeat Gygas eventually, or something along those lines. So yeah, that means we'll definitely win this fight at some point. It might take a little while, though. Actually, let's go ahead and back up and use the shield killer and see if that works. And we're topped off on health, so let's go ahead and just attack him. He called for help. I knew he would probably do that. That's why I said you end up fighting multiples of them. It didn't work. Well, crap. I guess we're going to go physical attacks then, and just use that heavy bazooka like crazy. I don't know what else we can do. Yeah. This might be difficult. Smash. We got smash hit, so that's nice. Ollie's bash is not doing too much. Heavy bazooka is doing a decent amount. Starman Super is not attacking us. Starman Deluxe is PSI Starstorm. That's going to hurt. Ow. Oh, that's mortal damage. That's a lot of damage. And that's mortal damage as well. Okay, let's get some heals off. Let's get some heals off right now. Bash, shoot, no, PSI, recover, heal yourself, and get through this text as fast as possible so we can get those guys healed off. And hopefully this guy doesn't go for another PSI Starstorm. Okay, we're safe, although we're going to heal up our other guys as well. Call for help failed. Ed is low on health. Ben, you're going to have to heal yourself off, probably. You don't have any healing items, you got to go for life up. Ooh, this is tricky. Let's pray for help, I guess, because we're in a difficult situation here. Use the heavy bazooka, and we got to heal off Ed, because he's our primary damage doer right now. Rainbow Colored Light, which did nothing, increasing his shield, which we failed to take away before. Got the heal off, so that's good. Got the heal for myself, so we're all topped off on health. Okay, so we're good for now on health. Let's go for another bash. Let's just hope for some criticals here, because that's the best we can do. Pray again. I don't know what that one did last time, but it does. It causes random effects a lot of times, so hopefully we can get beneficial effects for us. Recovering a little bit of PP, not very much, but it's something. Although the PP... Oh! Okay. Starman Deluxe went down, and the Starman Super just went down after that. I thought that was going to be a lot tougher than it was. We didn't even hit it with any PSI attacks, because we didn't manage to get the shield down. I think the shield killer might work like 50% of the time or something crazy like that. but you can probably take it down with the shield killer, or just keep attacking it until the shield goes down. But yeah, I'm surprised we managed to take him out so easily. I thought it'd be a lot more difficult than that. But anyways, we took him out, and this whole base under the Stonehenge is rendered inactive. I don't know what this base is doing, and there's nothing there. I don't know what that ball is. I don't know what any of this stuff is doing. It's somehow helping Gygus in some fashion. But yeah, I knew I'd be safe if I courageously just sat here and waited long enough. But yeah, we saved everyone. Kidnapped, happy, rescued, I give you ribbon. We got the Saturn ribbon. Ooh, that's nice. That's an upgrade item for Katie, who was the only one who equipped the ribbon items. And that will boost your defense quite a bit, so that's nice to see. Apple Kid. Oops, you're not Apple Kid. I expected it to be about a 7% chance that you would rescue me. I'm glad you had faith in me. That's still more of a chance than we had to get a Sword of Kings. Although, yeah, to be honest, you don't really need the Sword of Kings because Ali is probably best as a PSI attacker and possibly sometimes a healer as well. He kind of serves a double purpose there, so yeah, that's good. I want to start on the phase distorter as soon as possible. You mean you haven't started on it yet? I thought you guys were already working on it. Okay, so they're fine. Okay, I want to talk to Tony there, but Dr. Andonuts was kind of in the way. Yeah, we came to rescue Tony, and Tony's introducing himself to me, and yeah, and then the only person left to talk to is a retro hippie who probably doesn't say anything all that important. Okay, so yeah, if we head out this way, and I think all the enemies are gone, so now we can walk around and get all those items that we didn't want to get the first time. And honestly, we are probably at a good level right now, because obviously we handled that fight fairly well, and we didn't lose anybody, so we're at a good level, so we really didn't need the experience we would have gotten from wandering around and actually getting all these items while there are still enemies in the field. So if you're playing along with this game, as I mentioned before, probably not very many of you, then go ahead and just skip the enemies, or skip the items, and just come back for them later. I mean, because that's a broken trumpet right there. You can't even use that unless you stay at a hotel, which there aren't any hotels down here. And I guess we're going to find out what that other item is. I'm going to cut until I get back to it. Okay, here's an item I missed because I didn't go this way before. And this is a broken harmonica. So another item that Ed needs to repair. So we need to get something out of his inventory here to make space for that. So yeah, another broken item, another something you don't really need. So yeah, you can go ahead and safely skip these items and just come back for them later. I'm not sure if you can come back in this area after you leave it though, so make sure you get them on your way out. Okay, so that one was a couple life noodles, so that one would have been useful to have. Although we didn't end up needing it. But if yeah, that's one item you do want to get on your way through the first time, just in case you get hit by that star storm and can't get your heals off in time. But anyways, yeah, that's probably the end of this episode. In the next episode, we are heading back to the Tendas, because we did get the book, right? Or do we still have to get the book? Okay, I think we had to head back to Dr. Andonut's lab and talk to Apple Kid there, and then he'll give us the book of Overcoming Shyness. So I'll meet you guys back over at Dr. Andonut's lab, because we gotta get that book and bring it to the Tendas to cure their shyness, so we can get into the underground down there and do some more stuff, searching for the rest of the Your Sanctuary locations. There are 2 more of them left, and we'll be getting to them down there. Okay, so I walked all the way back to Dr. Andonut's lab, and I realized the Apple Kid wasn't there, so I could have sworn we talked to him, but I guess... Did we just miss this line of dialogue? I think I was talking or something. I probably just missed this line of dialogue. Either that or that might be something I have to talk to him twice about. But anyways, we have to go to the ONET library to get that. But I'm up to over 50 minutes in recording right now. So I need to end this episode off. I don't know how long it'll be after I cut out everything, because it might end up being significantly shorter than that. But we'll save that for the next episode. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode of Earthbound.